Hey guys, welcome back. So this is part 2 of the no surgery vlog. So today we're going to be doing a Q&A, basically answering all the questions that you had for Bella regarding her surgery. So I'm going to go ahead and ask her the questions and she's going to answer. We're doing it in no particular order, so I'm just going to read off the questions she has. So I guess watch the whole video if you guys want to find out the answers, because I'm just going to do it as I have the questions. So basically the first question says, why did you decide to get a nose job and what was the look you were going for?
So the reason why I decided to get a nose job was because I had like this little bump right here in my nose, and I didn't like my side profile at all. So I wanted to get rid of that. And then also it was like one of my biggest insecurity, and like literally my biggest insecurity was in the middle of my face, so I didn't like that. And then yeah, so I just decided to get it fixed.
Okay, next question says, where did you get it done?
I actually went over to TJ and I got it done at, let me look up the page, it's Vive Plastic Surgery. So basically what went down was, the way you communicate with them is through WhatsApp. So basically I messaged them through WhatsApp and they literally just asked me for pictures of my nose from the sides, and then literally they asked me like, okay, so this is gonna be, they literally told me this is gonna be your price, you need to give a deposit, a $500 deposit, and then we'll go from there. And then like he's like, as soon as you send us a deposit, we'll schedule your appointment. And I was kind of like, you know what, like that's kind of shady, because why am I gonna give them a deposit if I haven't even had my consultation? And they're like, oh, we're gonna show the pictures to your doctor, whatever doctor you choose to go with, and we'll go from there. And then she's like, there's no such thing as a consultation here in TJ. Like, you're just gonna come the day of your surgery. If you like what he tells you that he's gonna do, you do it, and if you don't, then you just lose your $500 and you don't get your surgery. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, whatever. And like I went in with the mindset that if I didn't like what the doctor told me that he was gonna do to me the day of my surgery, I was just gonna lose my $500 and leave. But you know, the day of the surgery, the doctor came in, he talked to me, and obviously like I had seen his work already on Instagram, so I was like, you know what, whatever, so I trust him, just do it. And then thank God everything came out okay. But yeah.
So how was the communication with them? Was it via Instagram, via Facebook, via phone, via WhatsApp? How did you communicate with them?
It was all through WhatsApp. Literally, as soon as you schedule your appointment and you start talking to them, they schedule you actually they assign you a coordinator, and that's basically who you talk to like the whole entire process. Like, so when I went to get my blood work, everything, I would contact this person and I'd be like, hey, like I want to get my blood work, when can I go? And then she would reply to me like, oh, you come on this day, this day. Like any questions I had, I would just
go through her
to the court, through the
okay
coordinator.
And you said the deposit was $500, right?
Yeah, it was $500, and I sent it through like PayPal, I think.
So you paid
Venmo. It was
just Venmo?
Yeah, it was Venmo.
Okay. So yeah, I guess thinking about it, it does seem kind of sketchy, just because it's Venmo. So technically, like, and you know, it kind of seems like a scam, and you might think you might not get your money back. But this place seemed legit, and you know, we kind of trusted it. And she had heard from other people about this place, so she kind of had that trustworthiness, I guess you can say. So we just kind of went with it, and it worked out. But again, if you guys didn't hear, so we went to Vive Plastic Surgery in Tijuana. They have a Instagram page. You guys can look them up.
And everything you communicate through WhatsApp. Okay. Everything.
So everything was through WhatsApp. Was it hard getting in touch with them? Because I remember when we were looking into it, we did look into it, and there was a lot of reviews that were saying that, oh, they take forever to reply, or they don't reply, blah blah blah. So how was that for you?
So I was kind of like worried about that, but no, luckily the person they assigned to me, the coordinator, she was really good. Like, she would reply to me right away. Every time I had a question, like, she right away replied to me, and she was on top of everything. So luckily I didn't have a bad experience with that. But I did hear, or I did see that people were having like trouble communicating with them. There is a number on their page when you click on their actual website. Like if you call that number, the call doesn't go through. So you're gonna have to look for the number.
Okay. And again, just a quick recap. So what you did, you literally sent them pictures of your front profile, your side profiles, just to show them your nose, right?
Yeah, they basically just you let them know what you want, what doctor you want to go with, and then they ask you for pictures, and then they ask you for like all your information, like what's your name, how old are you, like do you have any like
medical problems. So how many doctors were you able to choose from, or surgeons?
I think there's a lot of surgeons. So there's the one that I went to, like he specializes in like rhinoplasties.
Okay, and his name is
Dr. Rivera.
So Dr. Rivera is a doctor for Vive Medical that specializes in rhinoplasties, right?
Yeah. So because the rest, there's a lot of surgeons, but they all specialize in like different things, like CPLs and all that. Okay,
just to add to this, so Vive Medical Surgery Group, it's basically like it's a group of surgeons, right? It's a group of, I'm not exactly sure, maybe 5 to 8 surgeons, but they all specialize in something different. So there's surgeons that specialize in rhinoplasty, breast augmentation, BBLs, and so every doctor specializes in something, and Dr. Rivera happens to be the one that specializes in rhinoplasty. So he's the one that we chose, and he's the one that performed the surgery. Okay, next question. Did you go based off someone else's nose, or did you just know what size, shape, or what it was that you wanted?
I definitely did not go off someone else's nose. That was a no for me. And then I kind of knew what I wanted. I just wanted to get rid of my little hump right here. I had like a little bump right here. I just wanted to get rid of it. And basically I wanted like the front to stay the same, which it did. But right now I don't know, I always say this, I feel like I look like the Grinch because I had kind of had like 2 procedures done. So I had my rhinoplasty, and then on top of that, I had a droopy lip. My upper lip was droopy. So what he did, he cut my nerve to lift up my lip. So this is all swollen. So basically what I was telling him is that I'm not able to fully move my lip around. Like I'm not able to like do the thing like it hurts because but that's part of the reason why my side profile changed a lot too, because if I would have just gotten a rhinoplasty and nothing would have been done to my lip, there wouldn't have been much different. But since he lifted it up and did my rhinoplasty, like now I have a really nice side profile. Well, at least I think so.
So basically sum it up, so she wanted to get rid of the hump, and also she wanted her nose a little bit lifted because she said you, as we talked about it, you were telling me that you felt like your nose dropped a little bit every time you smiled.
When I would smile, like it would like drop, like the tip of my nose would drop. And then right now, not to mention my nose is still swollen. It's still very tender. Like I'm still not fully healed. Like when I wear makeup, I struggle so much because it's like to tap it. Oh my god, it just feels so weird, especially right here. This part is still so swollen, and right here, and then like I said, my lip right here, all this right here hurts. Like I can't really talk normal. At least I don't feel like I'm talking normal.
Okay, next question. Would you do it over again?
Heck no.
You wouldn't do it again?
No, hell no. Just because.
I mean, I'm not sure with this question if they want to know if you would get another nose job on top of this one, or if you were to if you were to need one again, you would get another one.
First of all, I'm really happy with my results, so that's a no. And then even if I like my results and just in general to do a nose job, no, I wouldn't. The process is like
So say you have a fucked up nose, right? Would you still go through it even? You already know the experience, so would you go through it again?
Yeah, if they would have fucked up my nose, I for sure would have gone again.
Okay, next question. Does it hurt? Like the recovery? Like it says, does it hurt? To be honest, like the recovery. That's what the question says.
So the proper word for this is not hurt. It's uncomfortable. It's
it's not painful.
It's not painful. It's just you feel uncomfortable. You can't breathe through your nose. Like you can't smell. Like I don't know. It's weird. When you're eating, you can't taste food, and that's obviously like shitty feeling. I don't know. It's not painful.
But it doesn't hurt. You wouldn't say it hurts or it's painful.
It hurts, but like not to the extent like, oh my god, it hurts so much. It's just like
It's just annoying.
Pain, yeah, it's bearable. Like you can deal with it. Like
Yeah, just it comes with the ups and downs. Obviously, the downs being that it's harder to breathe. You can't really eat, taste, smell, blah blah blah. Right?
Yep. And then yeah.
How much was it and where?
I already said where I went, Tijuana, and it was okay. So when I messaged them, there was a deal going on. So I think total for everything it was like $3,000, but it was a very very good price. So at least that's what I think. So because here in the U.S. where the places I've gone, it was way more expensive. It was like way above 3,000. Like it was like almost 10 G's, 9 G's. So when they told me 3,000, I was like, okay, I have to give it a shot. So.
Well, I mean, it was obviously a good price, and that's why we looked into it and stuff like that.
So I didn't even go there because of the price. Basically, this is how it happened.
We just
I saw the doctor, like, and I saw his work and all that. So then I was like, you know what? I like how he does noses and stuff. So like, let me look into it. Let me ask how much it is. And then when they told me like, oh, it's $3,000, I'm like, okay, like, you know what? Like,
yeah. I'm and then obviously as well, like we had seen reviews and you know,
obviously there's a lot of research that goes with
it's not like
you have to do your research. You just can't just be like, okay, let me go here.
Yeah, because you know, I mean, it's a good price. At least we think that. But you know, sometimes something that's a good price sometimes turns out to be, you know, not what you want or whatever. Yeah. So it's not just about like, oh, it's not that expensive compared to over here, so let's just do it. It's more than that. Like, you know, if we wouldn't have liked the work or trust them, then you know we wouldn't have gone to them. But we did our research and turns out, you know, it was legit and stuff like that. So that's why we decided to do it there.
Like before you said like make up your mind with one doctor, you have to look into other places. You have to do your research. Don't just pick one doctor and go there. Like
don't just go based off price. I feel like
someone else's results. Because everyone has different noses, so you gotta make sure that you go with a doctor that's gonna tell you what's best for your face, what fits with your face, and that it's something that you like and you want. So in this instance, when I went with my doctor, obviously it was kind of like sketch because here in the US you go to your consultation, he's gonna tell you what he's gonna do to you. Well, in this case for me it wasn't like that, but I told myself that day that I go to Mexico and the doctor tells me that something that I don't like, or he shows me that he's gonna do something to me that I don't like, then I'm not gonna do it there. I'm gonna leave. But obviously that wasn't the case. I really like what he said he was gonna do to me, and obviously he performed that. So
you're really happy.
So I'm happy with my results. So yeah.
And then also another thing that kind of surprised me a little bit, and you know made me trust more in them, is that the day we went a month before to do blood work. But we didn't see the doctor. We just went into like their clinic where they do blood work, and it was crazy. It was packed, and there was like probably like 15 to 20 people like waiting there to get blood work and stuff like that.
All for different surgeries.
And yeah, and they were all there for something different. But what surprised me the most was that like the place seemed legit. Like it was really nice.
It's a really nice
very
place.
Clean. Mm-hmm. You know, like very presentable.
And also
the staff were very helpful, and they spoke English too.
And they're really nice.
And I guess what stood out to me the most was that most of the clients that were there were actually from the U.S.
Yeah, everyone.
So,
I don't think there was a person. Well, at least no. I think everyone was from.
Yeah, I guarantee like 95% of the people that were there were from the U.S. So that kind of gave me more of a confidence to be like, you know what, like this is legit, you know, so we can trust them. Because obviously you hear about stories that people go to TJ and you know
they not just TJ in general, anywhere in Mexico,
yeah, that they get botched or whatever. So
that's what I was most scared about. I was like, you know, I've heard all these scary stories, and then the fact that you just can't really do much if you're out there. Like you can't sue, like you can't, you know, like so you're scared. But obviously that wasn't the case for me, and you know everything. I'm glad everything turned out good.
Okay, next question says, have you seen the results? Did you like it? So basically, obviously, it's been about a month.
It's been a month, right?
Yeah, pretty much exactly a month and a few days.
No, it's been a month, Ivan.
Okay.
April 28th was a month.
There you go. So did you like it?
Yeah, I did. And I'll show you guys my side profile. I don't know if I should show it right now, but
we'll do a little close up.
No, I don't really want to close up because I'm wearing makeup, and Um, something. Okay, so my nose ever since surgery has been really oily, and I looked it up, and I guess it happens to everyone. Like after surgery, like your nose gets very oily. So I feel like my face is so oily right now. So
You don't want no close-ups
no
today?
close-ups today.
Okay, next one was kind of like, why did you decide to get one? You kind of touched base already on that one. Were you scared, nervous? I mean, we kind of touched about it, but I mean, really quick.
I was.
You were scared?
Yeah.
Nervous?
I was scared overall because, like, obviously you don't know what's gonna really go down. Like if you're gonna like the results, if you're not gonna like them, you don't know how you're gonna look until like the after. So.
Another question: how painful was it?
I already talked about that.
So from a 1 to 10.
Maybe like a.
Painful, not uncomfortable, like pain that you were like, oh
like
shit,
a
this.
4, honestly.
Oh, 4 out of 1 out of 10. 10 being the worst.
Overall 4. I mean, there was obviously like 2 days out of the whole like first week that were like pretty intense, but overall, like I want to say like a 4.
Yeah, and also I did notice. Well, I know her, and she's a baby, so she's very sensitive to pain, and I was actually surprised. She like didn't really.
Zero pain tolerance.
Yeah, she has no pain tolerance, and I was surprised that she actually didn't like complain or anything. Like
except at night.
She pretty much I mean at night, just a few nights that you couldn't sleep or it was uncomfortable, but I feel that wasn't really pain. It was just uncomfortable for some reason. But yeah, I do have to say that she took it like a champ and didn't really complain about any pain. So I guess there's that as well. So next question is, I was wondering how long you had to wait until surgery day after your consultation. Also, I've heard you have to get blood work. Did you get that done here or over there?
So, okay, I'm going to start off with the blood work one. So they gave me the option to get either blood work done here in the US and just take them like my like file with like that everything came out good with my blood over there, or they gave me the option to go over there. So I decided to go there just because I wanted to play everything safe. So I'm like, you know what, screw that, I'm going there. So a month before surgery, literally a month before surgery, no, I called the day before I decided to go. I just called. I'm like, you know what? I need to get blood work done, and I want to go over there. When can I go? They're like, oh, just come tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yeah. So basically, there was no appointment. It was just coming at 10, and then first come, first serve.
Yeah. So,
and that's when we went and we saw everyone there.
And it was so full, like it was packed. Yeah. So I just went. I showed up, and I told them like, hey, you know what? I have my nose job. I have a rhinoplasty. It's on this day, and I need to get blood work done. So I was like, when I went, it was back in February. So I was like, literally, I went like an exact month before my surgery date.
Yeah.
So they literally just took out blood, and then they were like, okay, we'll let you know like by tomorrow if everything came out good. And
yeah, and also, we did decide to go there also because, they said that you have to get blood work done at least a month before so that they're sure that you have no health problems, so that they can perform the surgery. Because think about it, we had already given the deposit, and if the blood work would have failed, you pretty much would have lost your deposit. That's kind of how it works. So we decided to go there and just play it safe.
No, they did say that like if something came out wrong or whatever the day of surgery, and if they weren't able to perform that they would have gave me my deposit back.
Oh, so they would have.
Yeah, they would have. Unless like you just decide not to do it just because you don't want to or whatever, then you lose your deposit. Okay. Which kind of sucks, and it's so like it's not convenient for you because you're just like, okay, you're trying to look into doctors and like, you know, that's what a consultation's for, but whatever.
Yeah,
it's Mexico, so there had to be something wrong with it.
Oh yeah, and as a question to the consultation was, well, there was no real consultation with the surgeon. It was just kind of more like.
Talked about that. Yeah. My consultation was the day of surgery.
Okay. Yeah, and
basically all the questions were like, where did you go? How much did you pay? And I already answered those questions. Maybe most of the questions were.
Oh yeah, and obviously when the blood work was included with the price, so when we went that day, they didn't charge us anything. It was part of the $3,000 that we paid.
Yeah, so they're gonna give you a price, and then you're gonna have to pay for medicine.
Oh yeah, so the price. So the price for the surgery was $3,000, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the costs that are on top of that are obviously medicine that they give you.
Yeah, and you have to pay that.
But that was I believe it was like $65-$70.
Yeah, $65 I think.
And then what other costs I'm thinking about? well, obviously your time, your gas that you have to drive
You have
there.
to drive
But
over there.
I mean,
That's where you're from.
other than that, it was pretty much $3,100 maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and also that date, like if you're gonna do your surgery there, whatever surgery it is, if you're gonna get blood work, I suggest you go there, because when you go there,
It's through them.
it's through them. Not only that, but right after you're done getting your blood work, or they're done taking out blood, a coordinator like talks to you and tells you like what you need to do. And I feel like if I wouldn't have gone there to get my blood work done, they would probably just told me over the phone.
And it's not the same.
It's not the same. But I was there and they told me in person, like, oh, here are the vitamins you need to take. And I took vitamins. They actually gave them to me there. What I bought them.
Yeah, that's a good one. Talk about what they told you, the vitamins to take, what they told you. That's another cost. I forgot.
No, that's another cost.
So talk about the vitamins, the
here,
cost,
yeah.
what they told you after your blood work, what the coordinator told you. So tell them a little bit about that.
So basically, they just went over what was going to go down. After they finished taking out blood, they literally just went over what was going to go down the day of surgery. Like, no nails, no this, you can't wear that. And I already talked about that at the part 1. And then they told me, like, okay, so to prepare for surgery day, you can't drink coffee.
No caffeine.
No caffeine. Or anything, like, anything that has caffeine. You can't drink
Soda or anything.
soda. Or, also, and then they told me, like, oh, you need to take vitamins.
No alcohol.
No alcohol.
No
obviously.
drugs.
No drugs, yeah. And then they told me, like, oh, you need to take
Vitamins.
vitamins. And it was basically vitamin C, iron,
Vitamin D.
vitamin D, vitamin B,
Folic acid.
Folic acid. It was a bunch of them. And I was going to buy them all separately here in the US, and it's so expensive. But when I went there, they gave me one. It was like a liquid. And it had basically everything in it, all the vitamins, except vitamin C. So I bought that out there in TJ as well, the vitamin C. And then the other one, obviously, they sold it to me there.
Yeah, so all these vitamins were to prepare for surgery, to help prevent any inconveniences, and it was also to help with the swelling and the bruising. So that's why they make you take all these vitamins, so that, you know, you do better after surgery, and it helps you for the surgery. So that's why they recommend it. And it was convenient because they actually had their own vitamin, I guess. They had like a bottle of vitamins, which
has everything. It was a liquid.
Yeah, it was a liquid, right? You would take that every morning.
Every morning before.
And I guess that had all the vitamins that she needed,
except
vitamin C. So she would take that in the morning, and then just vitamin C on top of that. And we bought that through them, right? So how much was that? Do you remember?
I don't remember how much it was.
I want to say it was like another $60-$70. I think for the vitamins, for the bottle that they gave you.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was $60. So let's just say $60 for all the vitamins, and then vitamin C we bought in TJ, which was, I don't know, maybe like $5. So let's just say it's $70, $75 to play it safe. So that's another cost. So it's the $3,000, the $75 for the vitamins, and the $65-$70 for the medicines.
Yeah, and then also I do want to add that I don't feel like I bruised up a lot, and I wasn't like swollen compared to other girls, and I truly want to believe it was because of those vitamins that I was taking. I feel like they helped me a lot. The bruising did take forever to take off. Like they literally.
But even then, it wasn't as bad.
Yeah,
I don't think, because I mean, obviously we did our research, and we looked at a lot of videos and stuff, and I saw, and I was like, damn, like these girls really do bruise up. But for you, I was actually surprised. Like, I don't think you bruised up as bad as like a lot of these girls did. I have a little
tiny bruise right here. It's barely going away, and it almost looks like a red spot. It doesn't even look like a bruise anymore, but I feel like it had to do a lot with the vitamins. But I am still swollen, but that's normal. That's just like around the nose area, but like I'm talking about my eyes and stuff like that. Like I feel like it went away pretty fast. But I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I want to think so. I'm thinking of other things that we could add. I mean, do you want to check through your phone? Maybe you have other questions.
I do. So I do want to give a shout out to everyone that's been messaging me. Like I had a lot of girls messaging me, like telling me that they really like my results. So shout out to everyone. And also I still get a lot of messages. People are still watching my video on YouTube, and a lot of girls are still messaging me about like where I went and stuff, but
And a lot of questions are repetitive, so that's why, you know, I feel like everyone wants to know what we haven't spoken about, so that's why we're doing this video.
yep. I think that's it. I sent you all the questions, but most of them were like,
Mhm.
I didn't send you some of them because they were repetitive. Like it was all like, where did you go and how much was it?
Yeah, basically everyone wanted to know that.
Yeah, but I think that's it. That's basically it. So yeah, so I thank you guys for watching, and you know,
We hope this video helps you guys. I mean, right? If you guys,
Hopefully, yeah.
if you guys decide to get a rhinoplasty or any
I
type
know,
of
and
surgery,
it's crazy because I have friends that actually have like nose jobs, and I never knew about, and I was like, oh shit, like it's so cool, you know.
so
And then yeah, so the whole oily thing on your nose, like, because my nose is very oily. One of my friends got a nose job, and she actually told me like
it's normal.
it's normal that it happened to her, and she told me that her swelling went down like the tip of her nose like to like a year after surgery. So like it's crazy. So can't wait to like see my nose fully healed. Like, I mean, I'm already pretty excited with the results, and then I still like sometimes I think in the beginning I used to tell them that I felt like I looked like the people from The Grinch.
Because her nose was a little lifted.
But that's because of the taping, like they lifted it up and stuff. Obviously, like it's coming down, like my tips are like already dropping, and then
Yeah,
part of it too was because of my lip. Like this is swollen and I can't really move it all. When I'm talking, I feel like it's stiff. That's the proper word. Like it's stiff. Like I feel like I can't really move it around. So, you know.
I guess if you guys do have any questions, just leave a comment on the YouTube video, and then we'll answer whatever question we didn't answer here, or if you guys have a new question, just ask in the comments, and we'll do our best to reply so that you guys can obviously get the information you guys want or need. But other than that, I think we covered everything. No, think of anything else before we close off the video.
I think that's it. I think you just want to show my face, like my inside now. Like, don't go too close to me though, cause. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys really quick my side profile, but don't get too close because I'm on makeup. So this side, and the front.
Overall, what do you rate your experience out of 10? Obviously 10 being excellent.
Experience, like as in like how
The whole process, like what would you rate it?
a 10.
A 10.
Yeah, I feel like.
The people at the surgery place were
Oh
friendly.
yeah, the people there were really nice too. Not to mention, I don't know. I think you guys they came out in the video, right? In the part 1.
Yeah, some of them, some of the nurses and stuff.
Yeah. They're really nice. They're actually all very nice. So yeah, they treated me pretty good. And yeah, most of them speak English too. Like so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the place was really clean,
Oh yeah,
professional.
and that's something we didn't talk about, how clean it was. Like remember we walked in, it was like sparkly white, everything. I was like, holy! And it
Yeah.
smelled so clean. I was like so shook. I was like, as soon as I walked in and I saw that it was very clean, I like immediately started feeling like very comfortable. Like okay, you know, like I
This
can
is
calm down.
legit,
This
yeah.
is legit, you know. The bed, you could like where we were staying at, the room, everything was clean. Like everything. Like,
Yeah, and I also feel like when people think of TJ, they maybe
Yeah.
think of like, I don't know, dirty, old type of thing. But nah, like this place was like right in downtown TJ, like in the center of TJ, and like the building was like a brand new building, like the spot, and like you know it seemed legit. It was nice, and you know that's why we trusted them and stuff.
Don't get me wrong, I love everything about Mexico. Like, if I can live in Mexico, I would. Like, we go to TJ a lot, but you know, like, a lot of people do say that. Like,
Yeah, it's just trustworthy.
you guys, they don't trust the place.
Yeah, it's just
Or
about
the
trustworthiness
doctors,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Legit, like not getting scammed.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it was legit. It was good. Experience was great.
Mm-hmm.
Result, she loved it.
Yep.
So
I'm happy. That's
I
what
guess this wraps up the video.
Yep.
So
Thank you guys for watching.